Wow, we are living in some crazy times right now, guys. There is chaos in the world. In light of everything that's going on, another little video I wanted to make because I've been thinking about it for a couple of days. Um, Obviously, with things closing down and everything like that, I thought it was important to kind of touch on this because we forget. And so, in this video today, I'm going to talk about gratitude. Crazy times, crazy times. We are in a point where we have not ever been in before. Humanity hasn't been, or not humanity, but a lot of people, even older people, haven't been in this situation in life. This is intense. It is definitely intense. And, with what's going on in Australia, borders closing, I think they closed Queensland border today, New South Wales border today. Cafes closed, gyms closed, so many things closing down. It's intense. And, as day goes on and hours go on, it gets crazier and crazier. But I also think it's important to come back to ourselves and remember what we have, because we forget. We often forget in normal everyday life, the blessings that we have, and now these things that are kind of not taken from us, but we can't utilize, or how often we have all these simple pleasures that we take for granted. The power of seeing what we have now is going to be at its biggest, crazy. I think now it's a really good time to reflect and think about what we did have and we will have again in the future, and what we do have now, and all these little things that we utilize, going to the gym. I'm spewing about that. That was something that I love to do, and it was good to keep my mind in a good direction, or going out to visit a friend, or giving someone a hug or receiving a hug. Everyone's kind of a bit standoffish with everything now because a lot of people are being cautious, and we have a right to be. So all these little things, there's so many little things that we forget. What about going to the beach? I live 2 minutes from the beach. I can't go to the beach. I'll get a fine or some shit. So, I really wanted to kind of touch on this, to take the importance of how important it is to feel that gratitude for, the experiences that we do have and what we're still able to have now. We live in a good country. We live, in a place where we're able to, have fun and meet up with our friends in the street late at night and come home late in the morning, or catch a bus to work or walk to work, or we don't have any problems, big problems compared to third world countries and stuff, where there's people getting mugged and no clean water and all these other little things. So this is not to take away from people that are struggling right now. I know people that are struggling. I've got friends that are struggling. I've got friends that are pregnant. I've got friends that are out of jobs. I've got friends that don't know how they're gonna get home from overseas. The list goes on. We're all in this together. My plans for traveling have been postponed till I don't know when. Don't know what's happening with the virus, don't know what's happening with the economy, but I'm just doing my best to let go of that, and that's not in my control. I'm being grateful and showing gratitude for what I do have and still have, and can still do. Like, you know, I'm healthy. I'm, you know, I've got a place to live. You know, I've got good friends. Roof over my head, bed to sleep on. You know, I'm grateful for those things. So, you know, in relation to what's going on in the world, I think when we take that little bit of time out of our day to be like, you know, thank you for everything that I've had and accomplished and where I am, even if it's something ideal, like you're still alive, you're still healthy. I've got this thing written on my whiteboard which says, you know, no matter what, I've got 100% success rate of getting through rough days, which is true because you're still here. We're still here through our rough days. You know, with everyone that is struggling, like, you know, my heart goes out to you. You know, I'm sending you big love, big hugs. I'm sending you strength. You know, get that warrior strength. Let it come out. You know, male, female, doesn't matter. Now's a really good time because a lot of us are being shut inside with work. You know, soon they're probably going to lock down even more. But it is a really good time to kind of reflect and you know, go inside and open up to what you're feeling about things. You know, talk to people. You know, over the phone, over Zoom, over Skype, over video. You know, the time now that is opening up for us because a lot of us can't go to work, don't have work, working hard to find something to work. Yeah, that's all good. That needs to be done. We need to do that. But it allows us a lot more space and a lot more space to, you know, do these things that maybe we've wanted to do for ages. Maybe it's a small thing. Maybe it's, you know, learning something new or reading a book or, you know, painting or drawing or, you know, spending more time with your kids or being able to connect deeply with your partner. All these things we can now choose to do while we have the time to do it. You know, it's important that we can make that little bit of time while we're being forced into this situation, you know. And maybe there's a lot of good that comes from that little aspect within that, and we can be grateful for that. Crazy times. You know, obviously everyone's worried and stressed out, and you know, I'm in the same boat. Like, you know, the last few days I was feeling it for everyone. I was feeling it for humanity. I was feeling it for all the people that are stuck overseas or had to move back overseas. I've met so many people that have, like I said, that have lost their jobs. I've driven around people who lost their jobs, have to move back home when they've come over like a couple months ago to like live here. You know, people that are older that can't get food. They've eventually gotten the food though. And it's tough. We're all in this together. You know, we're gonna make it out. Being that it is stressful, now's the time to really kind of, you know, hone in a bit on your health, be as healthy as you can, you know, eat as well as you can. I know it's hard with everyone, you know, stocking up on all this stuff, but there's vegetables and fruits still available. You know, good to kind of keep the immune system in a really good state. You know, to relieve stress, getting into nature. I know that is limited for what we're experiencing, but even just chilling out for like half an hour in nature will make a difference. Ground yourself, put your feet on the ground outside. Breath work, that's another thing. I've mentioned that before. If you want to know anything about that, you feel free to ask, comment down below. Did I say meditation? Meditation's great, even just taking time out to put some music on and just ponder. Look up at the sky and just think 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 song, 2 songs. Think. Just let yourself think, let yourself go and think. How often do we not do that? We're always distracted. We're always on our phones. We're always working. We're always busy. I'm a culprit as well. I allow myself the 10 minutes in the morning to meditate, but just to think, it's rare. Utilize this time. Utilize this time to really kind of hone in and be grateful for, all the things that you have now in this present moment. All the things we get to experience when we're not in this state. The beach, going to the city, going for a walk. We can still go for a walk, but let's see how long that goes on. Getting into nature really does relieve stress. It's actually, I think it's scientifically proven from memory, our natural habitat, really. Even if you listen to nature sounds on your phone for 2 hours, I've heard that actually calms your nervous system a lot over time. This is a really good time to turn off your phone. Not right now, because that'd be silly. I mean, you can while you're watching, but still that'd be silly. Then you wouldn't get to where I'm getting at this point. Turning off your phone, or just setting 5 hours, 4 hours aside where you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna look at anything to do with what's happening. I'm just gonna turn off my phone and I'm going to be there completely. I'm gonna be in this spot where I can just be, instead of focusing on the news, instead of focusing on all this stuff that's happening. You can always come back to it. Give yourself a day. That's a good challenge. Challenge yourself to a day without your phone. No technology. Obviously for work, if you need it for work, yeah, cool. Maybe on the weekend you can try it. I don't know, it's up to you. Obviously I've been through the things that, a lot of the things that we can't do right now. Can't go to the movies. I love going to the movies. Very limited with going to visit friends and family. Sometimes it's a risk, depending on how old our family is. People are scared to go see their grandparents, which is completely valid. All these things we can't do. So, why don't we focus on what we can do? Can exercise in my house, can play guitar still, I can still connect with people, I can have Zoom conversations with people that I want to catch up with. I've got a 90-year-old friend that I had a Zoom conversation with. Just remember those things. So, we're all going to get through this, peeps. We are all going to get through this. I know we're experiencing really tough times, with everyone. And like I said, my heart goes out to everyone experiencing what we're experiencing. Now, obviously, people being stuck at home, that can create a bit of loneliness, and that can be a hard thing to face at times. I've had periods in my life where I really encompassed that feeling of loneliness, and that doesn't really bother me that much anymore, but I know what it can feel like when you feel alone and feel really lonely, and especially in this time where we're going to be stuck inside, that can be tough. So in light of that, reach out to someone. Tell them how you're feeling. I'm just feeling a bit lonely, just thought I'd give you a call. Even reach out to me. I'll make space, I'll make time, to have a chat, and agree with you that, whoa, this is crazy shit. don't be afraid to do that. Especially in this time, like support one another, support each other. That's what we've got to do. We've got to support each other through this. Yeah, so that's really it. Bit of a deeper video than I expected, but I think it's important, and I'm grateful for everyone out there staying strong, just being patient, waiting for the storm to be over. Maybe a while, but we'll get through it. If you would like any advice on how to exercise at home, feel free to message me on that. I used to do personal training, if you didn't know, so happy to kind of give you some pointers just so you can keep your body exercising, because exercising is a good thing for stress, good thing to keep you healthy. So feel free, if you want to ask any questions about that, how to do that, that's fine. Just hit me up. I want to finish this with an example of how I would, put out my gratitude. So let's think. Okay, so, you can do it whichever way you want. Always kind of hold my hands close to my heart. You can consider it a prayer or whatever you want. I'm not really religious, but still I will send something up. So, okay, what I'm thankful for the people that I have in my life and that are supportive and checking up on me. I've had amazing calls. And Roberto, this one's out to you, brother, because he was one of the catalysts to help push this video out. So thank you, brother. I'm thankful for the real good spirit of people that I've been speaking to in the car, driving them to work and everything like that. There's a lot of good spirit, so I'm really grateful that I'm experiencing that. And I'm grateful that, I live in this beautiful country. I'll be here for another minimum 6 months, maybe longer now, after my plans have been postponed. But I'm lucky, and I'm grateful to be here. So, in light of that, guys, you know the deal. The button's down here. I wonder if I'm actually getting them at that same point. Maybe not, doesn't matter. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Seriously, I will write back. I will, send you some love. Whatever. This is, not just for my friends, this is for the family, this is for everyone. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, make someone smile today. Do it. Maybe give some maybe give some food to them. Maybe give some air high fives, air hugs, or some toilet rolls. Do something. And keep on keeping on. We are all in this together. We're going to make it through. Stay positive. Keep up the strength. We've got this. Peace.